100. Look at my neck, my wrist, my ear, yeah, everything clear, yeah, yo, like my drill, got her staring over here, yeah, I can't give you nothing but some up on your lip, yeah, and it's for real, that's just how I live.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie from HBCU Spotlight, and I'm back with another banger. As you can see, 93% of the channel's viewers are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you will be alerted anytime that I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is the story of yet another trailblazer who is out to bring black colleges back to prominence. This is the story of Quincy Casey. Casey is a 6'2", 185-pound quarterback out of Memphis, Tennessee, where he attended Ridgeway High School. He graduated in the class of 2019. He played varsity for 3 years, but became the starter his junior year. Even though he was athletic and had the ability to run with a 4.58 40, he chose to be a pocket passer where he put up efficient numbers. Despite the fact that he did not run much, he was still listed as a dual-threat quarterback by ESPN. For his high school career, he threw for 3,196 yards, along with 38 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions. Casey's ability to not turn the ball over is a good sign for the Jackson State Tigers, who are making the change in quarterback in part to 3 interceptions that have been thrown in the last 2 games. Although he graduated in 2019 and got a few reps in last season, he is still listed as a freshman on the roster. If anyone knows why or how this is possible, please comment that down below. On the popular recruit ranking website known as Rivals, Casey was listed as a 6'1", 165-pound prospect. Due to his lack of size, he wasn't heavily recruited by schools, despite being listed as a 3-star QB. His top 4 schools included another HBCU, Arkansas Pine Bluff. The Golden Lions are currently 3-0 and ranked number 1 in the SWAC right now. The start this week won't be Casey's first taste of collegiate action. He appeared in 3 of the 5 games this season and also got in a few games last season, which was his freshman year. Combined, he has completed 57.6% of his passes for 204 yards, 0 touchdowns, along with 0 interceptions. In my opinion, Casey will be called upon to manage the game efficiently. He will be looked at to make plays when he has the opportunity, but don't force it when you don't have to. This will be the key they have to have any shot against competing with the extremely hungry Alabama A&M squad, who has only played in 1 game this season out of their 6 scheduled due to schools backing out due to COVID concerns. Jackson State's defense will be tested in this game as well. The Bulldogs of Alabama A&M have an NFL caliber QB in Akil Glass, as well as many weapons in the backfield and as well as wideouts. The Tigers' change at quarterback isn't necessarily a knock on their former starter, Jalen Jones. Coach Prime just wants to switch things up after the Tigers have lost 2 games in a row after winning their first 3 games impressively. Those wins may have been a little misleading due to the teams that JSU played in an outmatched Edward Waters internally unstable Grambling, and a forever struggling program, Mississippi Valley State. Even before the changing quarterbacks, Coach Prime was already wanting to see more of the new starter, Quincy Casey, on the field. When speaking on Casey, Coach Prime was quoted as saying, he was getting ready to go in, but they had a marathon drive at the end of the game, referring to the most recent game, which resulted in a 34-14 loss against Southern University. But he was getting ready to go in, and it wasn't because we needed to get away from Jalen. We needed to, get Casey some work. Coach Prime is old school, and I love that about him. He was quoted as saying, I told them a story about back in the day. We didn't have swimming lessons. They threw us in the pool, and we had to believe we could swim, and we was going to make it back to the side. Back in the day, we didn't have an opportunity to get in nobody's DMs. We had to shoot our game. We had to believe that the woman was going to have love for us. Just by the game we spat. We had to believe. It's a whole lot of I believe around here, but it ain't a whole lot of substance behind it. And I told all of them, we will come to that point in time in this game where adversity was going to hit all of us. And we was going to see, do you really believe? And we didn't. Just to add a bit of my personal life into what Deion said, if you're from the country, you know all about getting thrown in the water. Hell, that's how I learned how to swim. The team is clearly looking for answers and ways to bring the spark back that they had at the beginning of the season. And the head coach believes that Casey may be the key to doing just that. These next few games are huge for the new QB. They will determine whether or not he will start in the fall when all of the talent from the historic 2021 class get on the field. Specifically, Coach Prime's son, Shedeur Sanders, who is a 4-star recruit and is the highest ranking prospect to ever commit to Jackson State. Shedeur decommitted from FAU, who really wanted him, and instead chose to come play for his father. The fans will be clamoring for Little Prime to start if Casey makes any mistakes, so these next few games are his audition. He looks to be a hard worker, so I'm sure Casey has prepared for situations like this his entire life, because he was always looked at as the underdog, and he seems to thrive on proving the doubters wrong. I think it's fair to say all the fans are excited to see how Quincy Casey does in his new role. Thanks for watching the video. If you made it to the end, type in "Bows Up" in the comment section. Also, let me know how you think Quincy Casey will do in JSU showdown this weekend against Alabama A&M. I want to see the stat lines and whether or not JSU will win or lose. Let's keep growing and supporting the historically black colleges that we all love. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at @spotlight_HBCU. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, leave a like, and a comment. From us, over here at HBCU Spotlight, we're rooting for you, Quincy, and looking forward to see you shine on the field. We out of here. Peace.